Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 468, Power of First Book. Oh, there's Stanley. He's looking at us. We just came back in from outside, and I have to admit that I almost forgot to do the 5-minute focus because, frankly, I was forgot. All right. Everyone reads book one. Everybody buys book one. So that is your baseline. Everybody. This is whenever you make a sale, whenever you get a borrow, and people start chalking up page reads, they are reading your book one. 100% of your buyers will buy book one, will get book one. Now, that might be a small number. It could be 100,000. But everybody gets book one. Every subsequent book is a subset of a subset. So if you have 100 people get book one, and you have a 99%, which is awesome, read-through rate, that means 99 people are reading book two. So everybody got book one, but not everybody will get to book two. And that you never have 100% from 1 to 2. You might have a high number, mind you, but you never have 100%. And if it's 90%, well, then you lost 10 readers. 10 readers out of 100. So just keep in mind. So book one is the foundation for your calculations. It is the foundation for all that follows. It sets the stage for the series. This is where you have interesting characters, and an important safety tip is this doesn't have to be your best written book. It has to be a great story, and the great thing about the first book in a series is you have those ideas, and you're thinking about it, and you make that story great, even if it's not as well written as later books, as you get better at writing and better at putting your thoughts into words. But it's written with passion because you have that idea, and it makes a lot of sense to you, and it's what you kick off from. It's your springboard to the whole series. So you start the world building, you start to interconnect some things, you make the characters likable and followable and relatable, and the readers dive in. 100% get your first book. So all the sales is 100% on your first book. The first book, it can have more errors than others, but it needs to be a great story. So and errors, okay, so maybe a verb agreement that your editor might have missed, or some other things that don't match up, maybe a typo or two, just some rough wording. So errors. Readers will forgive all of that on a first book if you build an interesting world that they want to explore more of. Those readers will go on to book two. And if you're not getting that read-through, then there's something wrong with that first book, and you can always look back at it again and tweak it up, fix it, rewrite it, release it as a second edition, do all of those things as if you're releasing it for the first time. Because if you didn't get that read-through, then all of these readers who bought it the first time, they're not following on to that second. So give them a chance to move on to the second book. So hit a new readership with your first book. As you have and develop more series, you can put that first book on sale and hit it with all kinds of paid promotions and move the whole series. That is money in the bank when you're moving a whole series at a pop. All you have to do is put that first book on sale. First book in a series. Interesting, written with passion. It'd be a great story. World building, introducing people to your new world and getting them involved in the characters in the world and the plot that's interesting, because hey, I'm going to write a 10-book series. That's a huge commitment. Well, the passion of that first story. So there you go. You can recycle that first book on sales and promotions about every 6 months. Once a year is better, but if you have fewer books, once every 6 months, you'll have a law of diminishing returns, but it's not that great if you recycle that same book on sale every 6 months. A year, hey, people forget. New people are added to lists, so that's all good for getting those sales and getting more people into that book one. So every time you promote book one, everybody reads book one. Everybody buys book one. And then you get a subset moving to books 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever down the line. All right, hopefully that all makes sense. Power of first books in a series. First book is awesome because that's your new idea, your new adventure, a springboard into all that follows. All right. Peace, fellow humans.